Hey champs, Coach Melissa here from Steady Boxing Sacramento, Camp of the Champs, here with a short video tutorial of the slip ball, also known as the maze ball or the slip bag. It's great for head movement, footwork, reaction, especially for our champs since they're learning non-contact boxing. They don't have a threat of a sparring partner to move. This is the next best thing, and they've been kind of a MacGyver at home, building their own homemade slip ball to work with. Pretty proud of what they've showed me so far. So what we have in store today is 5 3-minute rounds of boxing to go over some of the footwork patterns that we do in our other boxing classes without this, and how this helps enhance that, as well as your slipping, your rolling, your pivots, your pendulum, step and hop. All of that can be applied beautifully with this. So I'm just going to break it down in a little variety pack for 5 rounds for you to practice at your own pace. You ready to get started? All right, let me get our timer going. So you're going to find your range, your lead hand there, the jab hand. Find your range in your fighting stance. Make sure there's lots of space between your feet. Take that back foot back a little deeper to make you nice and sturdy, and bounce. Tight fist, loose upper body. First round, I'm not going to even move the bag. I'm just going to get acclimated to it as my opponent and my range. I'm going to work on that good bounce. I'm going to work on slipping to my lead side over the front leg and coming back. Notice how that makes my head go to the outside of the bag, or my opponent. So slipping in and coming back to center. Or slipping to that lead side, as I often say for my guys. Then if I slip the opposite direction, it's to the rear side, okay? So I'm kind of slipping away to that back foot, to the outside of the bag, to the right side, okay? So I'll go back to center, slip to the lead side, center, slip to the rear side, center. I want to get some good ducks in too, ducking straight down, making sure I've cleared the bag, getting really familiar with that. Duck again, duck one more time, okay? Let's work on that good slip to the lead side, coming back to center and bounce, slip to the rear side, come back to the center and bounce. Find your range again, just snapping that jab, okay? So again, the bag isn't really meant to punch, but you can do that to find your range. You know, practice some counter shots afterwards. We'll be practicing a lot of throwing punches as the bag is moving away for timing, okay? But right now, we're just getting comfortable with that range. We can work on stepping, so we can circle around the bag and snap that jab to find our range. A nice step and drag, step and drag. So we know when we're going to the right, even circling to the right, we lead with the right foot and drag the left, okay? Step and drag. You can do the same thing going the other way. Just getting comfortable again with what we're about to do. Okay, getting that good bouncing and circling and bouncing again, okay? We'll duck again, duck one more time, slip, we could jab, slip to the rear side, cross, slip, jab, slip, cross, and duck, okay? For the last 30 seconds of every round, I'm going to ask you just to snap out the 1s and 2s to let off some steam. Just getting comfortable with that. We're getting warmed up with the idea of using the bag, okay? Slip to the lead side, come back to center, slip to the rear side, back to center. Lead side, center, hands are still up, rear side, center. Duck, stand up, duck again, and up. Last 30 seconds, just snapping long shots, 1s and 2s, just grazing below the bag, okay? This bag should be a little taller than you, but still you have to duck under it. It's forcing you to use your legs. You want to circle as you're doing those 1s and 2s. If that's too complicated, stay where you are. Move around, just getting loose and relaxed and comfortable. Round 2, we'll start moving the bag, okay? And working around it. All right, we're going to be moving into round 2. I want you to get comfortable with finding your range. Now start to push the bag and see how quickly it moves. When it moves towards you, slip to the lead side, okay? Slip to the outside, going over that front knee, slip. Gonna pause. So I want to know where the bag is at all times. You should always know where your opponent is. So I'm not going to move until I can feel that it's coming back, okay? If I don't see it, I can get a sense of it in my peripheral vision, okay? Don't move if you have no idea. This is going to teach you some patience and teach you to keep your guard up. So if it hits your head, it's actually hitting your arm, right? Let's slip to the rear side. Same thing, I'm not going to move until I know it's gone away. When you're moving this up as you need to, and let it slow down as you need to really focus on some of that movement and those shots, okay? Slip into the lead side, and more square to my opponent. Slip into the rear side, and much more narrow. Over the front leg for the lead side, and on the back foot, flat on the rear side, okay? Slipping. Okay, let's work on the duck. Duck again. Now, as this sucker's moving, I can always step to the left. That'd be one way of clearing the bag. Step to the right, okay, versus slipping. Step to the left, coming back to center, step to the right, coming back to center, step to the left, center, and right, center. I could step backwards and come back in. See how it's a dance? Going in as it's going away, as it's coming toward me, backing up, but keeping that chin tucked, looking up through the ball, through our eyebrows here. There we go. Staying on the balls of our feet is what I was also trying to say. Okay? We can go to the left, coming back to center, slip to the right, go back to center. Now let's start incorporating our punches more. So we're going to slip to that lead side and throw that jab as it goes away. Slip and jab. Slip and jab. If it's going fairly fast, then I just slip and pause, jab, slip again with that recoil. Okay? If it's going slower, I'll have time to bounce a little bit and then slip and jab. Slip and jab. Like I said, if it's going faster, well then, by God, you better wait for it. Boom, head right back with that recoil. So everything works synergistically together. A jab, recoil with that slip, turn the whole body, okay? Same thing applies with going to the rear side. Slip to that rear hand, throw that two, pull it back. Throw that two, drop that knee a bit, and pull it back. Two, pull it back, okay? So as I'm pulling it back, I'm slipping. Notice that? I'm not doing here, I'm slipping all the way over. Two and slip. Two and slip, okay? So let's bounce a little bit. Let's slip to the lead side and throw a 1-2. 1-2, and slip to the lead side. 1-2, slip to the rear side. So what are you going to throw next if you're on the rear side? The 2. So now it's 2-1, slip to the lead side. 1-2, slip to the rear side. 2-1, time. So giving you the idea of timing. Round 3, we're going to pick up where we left off, okay? Alternating, slipping left and right. Seeing what side's loaded so you know what to punch, okay? Slip to the lead side, 1-2. Slip to the rear side, 2-1. Slip to the lead side, 1-2. Slip to the rear side, 2-1. Okay? Got it? So this is something you can always pause on and keep working on, but I'm going to have you find your range and circle a little bit more. Just getting comfortable with your footwork. And speed it up. You change directions. Just a light tap, a light jab. Know where you are because you don't want to be too close or too far away. Okay? Now we had worked on footwork going front and back. Let's add some combinations to that. So we step back as it goes away. 1-2, and then we'll follow it back in. Step back. 1-2. Okay? So we're putting the pressure on. Now they're bringing it back. Bum, bum. So as soon as I'm putting that pressure on and then they come back, I'm luring them in with the 1-2, persuading them in. Putting pressure on, leading them in, persuading, and throwing a 1-2. Follow them inside, persuade them to follow you. Pop, pop. Okay? Put that pressure on, bulldog them a little bit, and then come back. 1-2. Okay? So get used to that nice little waltz, that front to back, and the balls of our feet. Again, we're going to go with the energy, with it again, and then bam, bam. Okay? So follow it inside again. Come back. Pop, pop. One more time. Back. In. Back. 1-2. Okay? Now find your range again. Keep your range and don't back up. We've talked about leaning back, which is basically just slipping back. So taking that back heel and flatten. Not arching my back. I'm just creating a couple inches of distance. So if you lightly swing this, it doesn't go crazy, you can apply that. You're going to do that nice, lean back, and then 2 as it goes away. Lean back, 2, okay? If you swung it too hard, but your guard is up, you can't lean back far enough, it just hits your arm. No big deal, okay? So 2 reasons why to have your guard up and to always be moving, right? Then you're protected at all times. So lean back, back to center, lean back, throw that 2, lean back, throw the 2, lean back, 2. Keep working, guys. Lean it back, 2, lean back, 2, One more time, lean back, 2. We've got 30 seconds to go. We skipped at the previous round. Just 1s and 2s as a nice little shakeout. Jab across. Get the idea. 1 and 2. Staying within your range. Turning your hips. Nice and easy. I'm just circling a little bit. Can do it this way too. Nice and simple. 10 more seconds. We're moving on to round 4 or 5 where it gets a little more complicated. You can progress this with all the other footwork we've been doing and head movement. So we've worked on slip and rolls. So if we slip to the lead side, we duck down and roll out to the rear side. Let's do that before we move the ball. Slip, roll out. Slip to the lead side, roll out. Slip to the lead side, roll out. Okay? And vice versa. We slip to the rear side, we roll in. Okay? Slip to the rear side, roll in. Slip to the rear side, roll in. Okay? Now, we're going to get this thing to swing. Same thing. We want to pause in the positions until we know where our opponent is, where this bag is at all times. Then we can finish our movement. So we slip to the lead side, slip and pause, roll under it when I know where it is. Okay? When I do that, as I roll back up, I either better do the same thing all over again or do something else to get out of the way. Ducking or slipping to the rear side. So watch me. Slip to the lead side, roll out. Now I'm going to duck, get out of there, right? Or slip to the lead side, roll out, and then slip to the rear side, okay? Slip to that lead side, roll out, slip to the rear side, okay? Now if I stop this for a second and talk about going the other direction, slip to the rear side, right, and roll in, that's another option, right? But if I do that, I better be prepared to move again, either ducking or slipping to the opposite side, all right? So let's do that again. Let's swing the sucker, slip to the rear side, roll in, okay? And when I rolled in, I'm already out here. I paused, I can come back, and I can duck, I can slip the other way, or I can do the whole kit and caboodle again. Slip inside, roll out, or slip to the rear side, roll in. You see that? But each time I do that, before I pull back to center, I'm already off the center line. So let's practice that for the last minute with no breaks. Slip to the rear side, roll in and stay over that lead side, right? And then roll back out to the rear side. Roll into the lead side, roll out to the rear side, okay? Now let's slip to the inside, roll out, right? And we're still on the outside. So now we can roll back in. But if you decide to come to the center like we've been talking about, slip to the rear side, roll in and come to center. I should slip or duck to get out of the way, okay? So multiple pieces here. Slip to the rear side, roll inside, come back to center, duck. Slip to the lead side, roll out, come back to center, slip. Just an option, your choice, okay? Let's keep practicing here. Let's slip to the rear side and roll. Slip to the rear side, roll in, come back to center, duck. Slip to the rear side, roll in, come back to center, duck. Let's slip to the lead side, roll out, come back to center, slip. Good. Slip to the lead side, roll out, come back to center, duck. Okay? So many pieces you can do with that. That was just a little variety pack sampler again. Last but not least, round 5. We're going to work on the pendulum step / hop. So without moving the bag, we know, we find our range, we take the front foot back and then step out with the new front foot. Okay, so we're reversing our stance. If I want to step back into my normal stance, feet together, and I'm stepping to the left because I'm right-handed. This is my stance, left foot in front, right? But I reverse it and step out with the right foot. What I'm doing is changing angles to my opponent, okay? And essentially, I'd be closer to them. So really, I'm not in an opposite stance. I'm now square to them at this angle, okay? So here, square to them. Here, square to them. Hopping, same thing, just switching that back leg like we've been practicing in class. So now I swing it and I get out of the way, right? Step out of the way, changing my angle. Okay, I'm close, so I have to pause. If I use the hop, same thing. Here, and hop. And hop. Good, it's slowing down, so I'm gonna swing it again. And what punch have we been practicing in class with this? Rear uppercut. We tend to be loaded there, so just get under the bag, keep your chin tucked, look up through the eyebrows. Boom. Boom, it's really slowed down. Maybe I've slowed them down, right? Swing it again and continue. So I can step and do it and hop, changing my angles depending on how much time I have, chin's tucked, or if it's faster, it'd be faster to hop. Wait for that timing to hit it. Head's off the center line. Got it to swing kind of at a weird angle, so I'm just being mindful of where it is, keeping my guard up the entire time. Okay? I could move around it, so I pivoted, right? But then I could circle, and get back in the line of fire, and pendulum again. Maybe hit it from here, and from here, hit circle again. Here they come back, so I'm going to pivot, maybe pendulum here, pendulum here, okay? It's really that basic. Putting some of the stuff together we've been doing today, that slip to the lead side, slip to the rear side, slip to that lead side, one, go that jab, come back, jab again, slip to the rear side, two, do it again, two. You could get fancy, slip to that lead side, jab, slip again, uppercut cross, slip to the rear side, two, slip again, 6-3, which is uppercut hook, okay? Slip to the lead side, one, slip, 5-2, slip to the rear side, two, slip, 6-3. All right, guys? So that was 5 rounds of crash course. We'll be breaking it down more in class, but wanted to give you something you could study at home. You could stop, rewind, just focus on one bit for as long as you need to. This is another choose your own adventure. It's all about you utilizing the tools your way. All right? Get after it, friends.